Okay, on the bench today we have Robert's, it's the Ortus DAB Charge. It's basically an alarm clock, DAB radio, FM radio, and it has wireless charging. I purchased this on eBay. The listing stated that it wasn't charging, but everything else works fine. So I'm just going to plug it in just to show it working, or the parts that are working. I've got FM radio, you can see is working. The DAB, I can't really test that in this room because I get zero signal on any DAB radio. It's really poor in here. But what I'm really wanting to show is the fact that the wireless charging is not working. Now, to do that, I have a wireless charger set up here. I don't actually have wireless charging on my phone. I don't have any devices that are charged wirelessly. But I do have this, and I can plug that in to this just to show that it does in fact turn this on for charging. 5.03 volts it's saying. So that works perfectly on this, whereas if you can see that that's flashing on the front there. What would normally happen, I believe, because I had a quick read of the manual, is that when you put the device that you want to charge on top, it'll detect it and that'll go solid. So if I hold that on there, you can see it's not activating this, and at no point does it stop flashing. So clearly it's not detecting anything. So that appears to be the fault. So I think we need to get inside this and try and figure out what's wrong. Right, let's see how we get into this. There's no visible screws, but I would think there probably will be underneath these little feet. Excuse me. So let's see if these come up. There's one. Do this without damaging them. There we go. Yeah, the screws inside. Right, probably clipped as well then. Try this one, less chance of damage, but being slightly thinner. Should slip in. Nope. Oh, there we go. That'll be that then. So the bottom comes off. Speaker connected to the board. Don't need that for now. There's a wireless charging is right on the top there, so I think we're going to have to strip this down a little to get in there. Take a quick picture where these connectors go. This one here. That doesn't come off in there. It does from here. There we go. Right, how many screws have we got now? 1 there, 2, 3 and 4. They actually look like they're the same size as the case screws. I'll keep them separate anyway. That's the main board out. Where does this come out? Okay, that was meant to be glued onto there. One screw there. Take that out and we'll see if this will slide out. One clip, whatever it does. Okay. And they're just sitting on posts. And they come out. And that's just the cover. A bit of shielding. Oh, there we go. Right, hopefully that should make it reasonably easy to work on. Right, okay, it's at this point that OBS decided not to bother recording the audio. So I'm just going to have to do a bit of a voiceover on what I'm doing here. So basically I was checking the board for shorts, going around checking all the caps just to make sure there was no shorts on the board. And I didn't find any. Everything was coming back fine. Right, and I'm testing the diodes. There's only three on the board. Those top two next to each other, which are testing fine. 0.53 drop on those two. And same again on that one. So that was fine. Let's check in the coil. And you got 6.1 microhenries. So the coil itself's fine. So I'm now going to power the board up so that I can check a few voltages. Make sure everything's there as expected. Try to position the meter so get rid of the glare so you can actually see. And switching over to volts DC. And this is where the power comes into the board. And we're only getting 4.4. Now, the thing is, this is what I'm pointing out here in the video, is there's a space for a USB-C, so that obviously this board can be used in a different configuration. So it's looking for 5 volts, and I thought 4.4 was actually pretty low. Now, checking where it comes out of there, still 4.4. And then when I checked the input from the power adapter, 4.44. So for me at that point, I just felt like that just wasn't enough. So I decided I was going to check the board using the bench power supply and power it up that way, make sure that it was getting the 5 volts that I would say it should be getting, and then I take it from there. Right, now I get the receiver, wireless receiver, put it on top with 5 volts for the bench power supply, and as you can see it's outputting 5.03 volts. So basically that was the problem, was the power supply for the device just wasn't providing enough voltage for that particular part of the circuit, because the rest of it was working fine, but that section needed the 5 volts. I think I tested it on the power supply down to probably about 4.7, and it did charge at 4.7, but that adapter just wasn't putting that out. So what I've decided to do, rather than having to break this one open because it's glued, it's sealed, I decided just to replace it with an equivalent 5 volt 3 amp charger that I had sitting. Fortunately it was the type that you can unscrew, which was handy because it meant I could open it up, take its lead off, and I just put the lead that was with the original charger, I just wired that into the new supply, and that was basically that. So I'm going to piece everything back together at this stage, and we'll come back to it once that's done. Right, that's this all pieced back together. So let's give it a little test. Okay, plugged in. On, that's FM. Change it to DAB. Yeah, we just don't get a signal here. What I'll do, I'm going to pop through and I'll take some footage of my phone from the front of the house. Okay, let's have a quick test of the DAB.
Relax, knowing you've got quality home insurance with NFU
Yeah,
Mutual.
that seems to
We
be
pay
working
out
fine.
9 out of 10 home insurance claims with a no-quibble approach, so you can claim with confidence. And in the event your home...
5 minutes. Deliveroo. Now just got even
Yep,
better.
no problems.
Geographical restriction service and delivery fees.
Right, as you've seen for that little bit of phone footage, the DAB's working fine. Now, the big thing, of course, the thing that was faulty or not working properly was the charging. So let's give that a try. Place this on top and let's tilt this slightly so you can see it. You can see that it's charging upside down right enough. Let's spin it round. Right, so yeah, very happy with that. Basically turns out the adapter wasn't supplying quite enough voltage to trigger the wireless charging. But all fixed now, and it's actually cleaned up very nice. It was in pretty good condition anyway. So I think we're putting this one to use as our bedroom alarm clock. It does have a nice, when it gets dark, that goes very, very low. The one we have just now, it goes low but not low enough. So it can actually be quite annoying. Usually I have to turn it upside down or face it into a corner. This one will be perfect. Right, if you liked this video, please click thumbs up. Want to see more like it, then subscribe to the channel, it's much appreciated. Hit the bell notification icon, you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.